Hello guys.
Welcome back to
Two goodbyes instead of hello.
Now on with the podcast. Happy Pride Month. Bye bye.
Not only that, we're going out in 22 days.
I really fucking need it, to be honest.
It's gonna be hot.
Oh, you won't survive it. So, I thought, because we're recording this on the 1st of June, that we could potentially dedicate this episode to Pride. LGBT, QA, the whole plus. So yeah, what does Pride mean to you?
To have pride in yourself as being in a community, having pride in the community, that we can all be accepted for who we are.
Pride for me is, just being accepted and, essentially what you just said. I don't know what else you can, the heritage of being gay, I guess. Being bi or being trans or lesbian or...
whatever label you are.
Anything in between.
As long as you're not normal.
So, do you know how World Pride or Pride as a whole came about?
No.
Do you know something called Stonewall? The Stonewall riots?
No.
Okay, so... let me bring this up. So, it all started in a gay bar. The Stonewall... So, just jump back to June 1969 in Manhattan, in a pub, or like a bar, whatever the Americans call it. The Stonewall Inn, in a gay village in Greenwich in Manhattan. So the Stonewall riots were a series of spontaneous violent demonstrations by members of the gay or LGBT community.
Violent?
Yeah. Against a police raid that took place in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969. At the Stonewall. In the 60s, there was met with a lot of homophobia, obviously, due to, religious demonstrations of it being, a sin to be, to lie next to a man if you're a man, or lay next to a woman if you're a woman, or to be, not cisgendered, or anything that falls in between, lie in the terms of Christianity or whatever religion. So there was a huge police raid, which I guess led to this massive riot within the LGBT community. To eliminate any confrontation between the police and LGBT. So this happened in June, so obviously it was then recognised after all these demonstrations, after all these riots, after all these movements, that the month of June would be dedicated to Pride or Pride awareness.
Is that due to it being made legal or something?
Yeah. So it was essentially it's a plea to being free. America led to the liberation of other countries. It was a widespread movement, which we can be thankful for today. So we can be who we are when we want to be. It's a lot of movements, and it's quite interesting. I think there's a few documentaries on Netflix worth checking out.
What they call?
I'll have to find it. But Russia, Moscow Pride is in May. Obviously, Russia being one of the countries that's still a bit behind on the liberation of the
But isn't
movement.
America a bit behind as well?
I think with the current political leader, Trump, set America back a bit, but there's been a tweet that Trump actually released that people have are a bit,
skeptical.
Yeah. Let me just get it up so I can read it to you. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. Let's find the dude. Twitter. Oh shit. Trump.
How old is he? Like 70?
Yeah, he's about 70. So this is what he released on the 31st of May, which was yesterday. As we celebrate LGBT Pride Month and recognise the outstanding contributions of the LGBT people we have made to our great nation, let us stand in solidarity with the many LGBT people who live in dozens of countries worldwide that punish, imprison, or execute individuals. And it started a lot of controversy because obviously he sent this, is it a right or whatever, American government terms, that trans people can't...
It's a law.
A law that was bypassed, saying that trans people can't fight in the army in general, or is it that they can't fight?
The whole service. due to them using it as a way to get healthcare and transition for free. But it's completely banned.
So it's for him to say that there's a seam of contradiction because he's limiting one of the LGBT communities from being what they want to be or doing what they want to do, doing what they want to love, or doing what they love rather. So there's a lot of controversy, and I think he did a follow-up tweet. On the basis of their sexual orientation, my administration has launched a global campaign to decriminalise homosexuality and invite all nations to join us in the efforts.
Just homosexuality?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So not trans?
I don't know if he puts the two together, saying that, you're homosexual if you're trans, which is, I understand, is not the,
the definition of homosexual is someone that likes the same gender.
Yes, but you can have trans people who are, let's say, they transition from male to female, who are in love with women, and they consider that relationship as straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on, apparently, J.K. Rowling confirms that Harry Potter is bisexual.
Well, you could kind of guess.
I think with J.K. Rowling, I think she's trying to, it's fitting. She's saying all this stuff and it makes me laugh. And there's a few memes going around where people are saying, what's the big guy? Big hairy guy? Tall one.
I can't remember his name.
Well, the big hairy guy who lives in a cottage. So yeah, apparently there's going to be a spin-off book series. So Harry Potter will come out as bisexual. Harold, that's it. There's a meme going around where Harold is gay with Voldemort or something. It made me laugh. Harry Potter will come out as bisexual and have a love affair with Ron Weasley in a new spin-off book series. J.K. Rowling has confirmed. The new trilogy of novels will take place 19 years after the events of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which saw Harry marry his best friend's sister, Ginny Weasley. So
didn't he have a little thing with Hermione?
Yeah, there was a big build-up, because when I was watching it when I was younger, I always shipped Hermione with Harry, but I think it was a bit too obvious. But there's always that end scene where
yeah, she comes a bit off as a lesbian, don't she? Emma Watson in it.
No, I think it's just she's got that confidence. So
is it Emma Watson?
Yeah, Emma Watson. I think maybe people assume that she might be gay because she has that that very
wavy hair.
This is me. This is me. I'm smart. I'm an independent woman. So yeah, in the first book series entitled Harry Potter and the Enchanted Tryst, the titular character will share an intimate experience with Ron. The novel is due for publication on February 30th, 2021. Okay, I mean, I feel like she's milking the Harry Potter series a bit. I mean, when was the last movie released? It was
2014?
Yeah, I'd say 2014. I think she's a bit...
Let's have a look.
I think she's like, why not? Let's release another one where... I think she's just essentially releasing fanfiction.
2011.
Oh, so it was a hot minute ago.
8 years ago.
8 years ago. So maybe she's like, maybe there might be Love Simon version of Harry Potter. But I think it's a bit weird if Harry Potter dates Ron Weasley, considering that Harry had a child with Ginny, and I don't know, because the end scene of the last movie is them together sending their kids off, and I'm just a bit I don't know, hi kid, I'm just
she could have
uncle.
She could have completely changed the whole kind of thing.
I think she's trying to do different variations of it.
What, rewrite the book in a different point of view?
Maybe. But I don't know. I don't think you should. I mean, it's good that she's,
It kind of sounds like she's got no other ideas.
Yeah, essentially she's milking it. So yeah, moving on from that. As I said, I think we should dedicate this the 11th episode was podcast to the whole idea of pride
Isn't
and
the
stuff.
10th?
No, the 10th was the last one I uploaded.
Oh, okay.
So, 56 celebrities you didn't know are gay, bisexual, or lesbian.
Oh. No, this is interesting.
Let's see. Oh shit. Drew Barrymore, you know, the Santa Clarita Diet and all the other things.
No.
The child star. Drew Barrymore? Please tell me you know Drew Barrymore.
I might do, yeah. I know the name.
The Santa Clarita Diet star came out as bisexual in 2003, so she's been out for a hot minute. She's been married 3 times, Jeremy Thomas, Tom Green and Will Koppelman. She told Contact Music, "Do I like women sexually? Yeah, I do. Totally. I've always considered myself bisexual."
Oh, God.
Like, you do you, boo. Like, you know, happy for you. So the second one, it's going to take a hot minute to do, or it's going to take a long time to go through. Kate McKinnon, you won't know who Kate McKinnon is.
No, I don't.
She's a cast member on SNL, and she's... Have you watched the whole, like, the Ghostbusters female cast that's attached? Don't pull my hair out. Like Melissa McCarthy, Leslie, can't remember her name. Essentially, it's like the whole cast of like SNL remake Ghostbusters, but it's like an all-female cast.
What, of Ghostbusters?
Yeah, haven't you watched it?
Oh, I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, well, she's like the doctor, like the crazy doctor in it. But yeah, she's a comedian. So the Ghostbusters star was first out lesbian member of the Saturday Night Live cast, and the Saturday Night Live cast, Liam. What is that? Is that Sucky Marks?
Yeah.
Lovely. Are we 12 now?
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting. I'll edit all that out. Don't worry. So the Ghostbusters star was first out lesbian member of Saturday Night Live, which has run since the early 70s. So that's a really big movement. But obviously there was male gay members, but she's like the first official lesbian within the TV
community
program. Yep. She revealed that she realised she was a lesbian after watching Gillian Anderson as Scully on The X-Files. Yeah, so let's go on to the next one. Let's see.
How can you realise you were a lesbian by watching a TV show?
I think many people can. I think I realised I was bisexual by Twilight. I mean, it's so cringy, but like... Robert Pattinson was hot, Kristen Stewart was hot. Like,
And she's a lesbian.
Exactly.
So you've got a slim chance.
I really don't know. She's a like old man. Aubrey Plaza, I don't know who she is.
She looks familiar, don't she?
Parks and Rec. Yeah, she's bisexual. She came out in 2016.
Okay, good on her. Next one.
So we should skip over people we don't know.
You put what bruises?
Amandla Stenberg, Hunger Games star, came out as bisexual. Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I know.
Angelina Jolie has spoken about her bisexuality for a long time. Speaking to J Magazine, the readers of which she said the most attractive star, she said, "They are right to think about me because I'm the person most likely to sleep with my female fans. I genuinely love other women and I think they should know that."
Well, she's teaching children.
Gillian Anderson is, let's see.
Trans.
No,
Why'd you laugh?
as well as it makes me laugh. As well as helping Kate McKinnon to realise her own sexual orientation, Gillian Anderson has also had relationships with women. So her sexuality hasn't been confirmed, but I imagine she's probably dated men and women, so maybe she's bisexual.
Or bi-curious.
Yeah. Amber Heard, you don't know who she is, but she dated, you know, controversy about Johnny Depp beating women.
Or it was the other way around there, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is Amber Heard who actually beat up Johnny Depp.
Oh, I don't want to read about her. Don't give it a publicity.
She's bisexual. Let's move on.
Fucking evil witch. Oh no.
Daniel Newman. Looks like your type.
Definitely.
Ew, the Walking Dead star Daniel Newman, who plays Daniel in the hit series, came out as gay in early 2017. In a touching YouTube video, he said a chance meeting with a girl at a homeless youth centre he was volunteering at has changed his mind about hiding his sexuality. The actor, who has starred in The Vampire Diaries, Homeland and Sex and the City, said the girl thanked him profusely for helping the LGBT community, and he said after he had questioned why she was thanking him, she said, "Because you're straight." That was the moment he said he knew he had to come out. So, I think fans...
What, so a straight person?
Number 9.
She looks like Paloma Faith.
She doesn't. A bit, maybe. I think it's more...
It's more than Mouse.
Summit. Cara Delevingne, we all know.
Do I?
Cara Delevingne, the model.
I'll turn the screen up.
The Paper Towns actor and model has had high-profile relationships with women. In July 2017, she said she doesn't like being pigeonholed by people who insist on labelling her gay.
But she is.
Well, she's had relationships with men and women, so...
So she's not gay then?
Well, some people don't believe in, I guess, conforming to a very specific category. Wentworth Miller. Prison Break star Wentworth Miller came out as gay back in 2013.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he marry someone?
I'm not quite sure. Ellen Page.
Elaine Page? Or
Ellen Page.
What is that?
You've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
She came out as gay in an incredibly moving speech at the Human Rights Campaign back in 2014. And it was like quite... Have you watched the video?
No.
You can see that she's shaking. Holland Taylor. Do you used to watch 2.5 Men?
Yeah, kind of. I've watched bits
Do
and
you
bobs.
know Charlie Sheen's mom?
No.
It's her. But
Don't tell me she's a lesbian.
Why? Why can't I tell you?
A 74-year-old licking vagina.
What? It's never too late. Never too late.
Oh, are you licking the ham? Good. I suppose it looked like dry ham now.
74-year-old actor. 74-year-old.
Sorry, carry on. Carry on.
You finished?
Yeah, carry on.
74... I'm not... You in a minute. The 74-year-old actor spoke about her sexuality back in 2015, saying she never needed to come out because she lives out. She's currently dating Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story. Do you know who she is?
Yeah?
Sarah Paulson?
Yeah. She isn't going out with her, is she?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fucking...
There's only 30 years difference. Like when you're 74, wouldn't you want to get some fresh meat?
No, not really. Wouldn't want to be labelled a paedophile.
Okay, pass me a pillow, please, darling. Pass me another pillow, darling. I don't think we'll go through the whole list.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit too many. Jess Glynn is bisexual.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, my mum told me that. I was like, okay. Tim Cook.
Is gay.
Gay. Freddie Mercury. Never knew he was gay.
He had an affair.
He didn't have an affair, did he?
I think he did, didn't he? With a man.
He was never married.
He was to a woman.
Was he? That's Elton John.
I'm sure Freddie Mercury was married.
No, he was never
Oh, is he
married.
dating?
Freddie
Mercury.
Flip it, hey.
What was his Asian name?
Farouk Bulsara. Yeah, he was never married.
He went out with a woman though, didn't he?
Yes.
I don't think he was gay, was he? He was bi, wasn't he?
I don't think his sexuality was like fully confirmed or anything. Mary Austin. Lava.
Lava.
So, We've gone through a few. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm going to go through them all.
Some of them are pretty obvious.
Yeah. I sneeze.
I do sneeze, darling.
So I started to realise there's a lot of like singer I won't say documentaries, but life stories, like a bio.
What, like Whitney Houston?
Yeah. Hey.
A lot of people believe that equality started off in Britain because we're so strict here with equality.
Mm.
But obviously it started off... Is it America?
Yeah, the Stonewall movement.
Yeah.
Oh, the riots, not the movement.
And even we've progressed way more than America before Donald Trump got into power. Like, we have rights for gay workers. Well, all workers. They can't discriminate against your sexuality, gender, religion, culture, the way you look, nothing.
But even though we can't discriminate, there are elements of discrimination within the army.
In what aspect?
Well, there's still a lot of torment within roles that are within that area of work.
May I just add, it's so fucking hot.
Yeah, it's a bit hot. Do you want to open a window?
Probably no point. Probably just as hot.
Go on.
Hold on.
So yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Shall we have a look, my darling?
Yes, we can, my sweet sugar teas.
So UK Equality Act. So you've got the Equality Act of 2010 and the Disability Discrimination 1995. It's different things added into this Equality Act. The Equal Pay Act started in 1970. We got the Sex Discrimination Act, 1975, which would have been when it was gay, but was legalised at that time, was it?
Yeah.
That's somewhat along that lines. The Race Relations Act, 1976. The Disability Discrimination Act, 1995. The Employment Equality Religion and Belief Regulations, 2003. The Employment Equality Sexual Orientation Regulations, 2003. The Employment Equality Age Regulations, 2006. The Equality Act 2006 Part 2. The Equality Act Sexual Orientation Regulations, 2007. And it was amended in 2010.
I think Pride Month is probably one of the most, I wouldn't say most important, but one of the most, biggest this month or this year is because it's exactly 50 years since the Stonewall riots.
Is it?
Yep, so, have you heard of the Human Rights Campaign? Obviously you have. They set off a thread of threaded tweets, threaded 8 tweets, that give a bit of history background to Pride Month. So the first one is this year the HRC is celebrating 50 years of Pride and 2 monumentous anniversaries of the LGBTQ history. The 50th anniversary of the uprising at Stonewall in 1969, the first Pride parade that happened a year later. To go from riots to a parade, it's,
Even just because the law's there, it doesn't mean that people didn't change the way they thought.
Yeah. In the early hours of June 28th, 1969, a group of LGBT people reached their tipping point. They were peacefully enjoying the evening at the Stonewall Inn in New York City when police raided the bar and started hauling out patrons. No longer willing to take the harassment and discrimination, the LGBT individuals at Stonewall fought back. Their protest lasted 6 days and sparked a movement that is still building today. It is a critical moment for our movement, but it certainly wasn't the only one. Before the Stonewall, we had Compton's cafeteria, Cooper Cooper Donuts and Black Cat Tavern. LGBT.
When did the UK have its first Pride?
Don't know. LGBTQ people also fighting back on the sidewalks of New York, Washington DC, and across the nation. Together, these events mobilise the LGBT community to action. Many of the fiercest firefighters were transgender women and queer people of colour who fought against this justice.
Oh, right.
Since then, remarkable progress has been made in the fight for equality, and thanks for the fierce determination of the LGBT community and the allies, we've gained a long way. 50 years later, Pride events are held nationwide in cities large and small. For some people, it is the only place they feel comfortable being out and proud in the community. Finally, as the LGBT community celebrates the progress we've made since the Stonewall, it is more important than ever that we recognise the distance we've still had to go to achieve full equality, and the power we can harness to achieve that goal together. So I think, to add on to what I'm saying, I think the whole idea of Pride and the Pride Month is to, there's a fucking bee in my room. Did you hear that buzz?
No.
That's a fucking bee. You tell me you can't hear that.
I can hear it, yeah. Can't get in there.
You'd be fucking surprised.
Pride has been organised by several organisations since the first official UK Gay Pride rally, which was held in London on the 1st of July 1972, chosen as the nearest Saturday to the anniversary of the Stonewall riots of 1969, with approximately 2,000 participants.
Like I was saying, I think Pride's about realising how far we've come and how far there's still to go.
The Sexual Offences Act 1967, an act to amend the law of England and Wales relating to homosexual acts. The Sexual Offences Act 1967 is an act of Parliament in the United Kingdom. It decriminalised homosexual acts in private between two men, both of whom had to have obtained the age of 21, which then was brought to an equal level a few years back.
Alright.
Is it still legal to have gay sex in Ireland?
No, I don't think so.
I know not Northern Ireland, but...
I don't know, mate. We need to get that fucking thing out of my room because I'm not sleeping with an insect that's buzzing around my head. Liam's a bit nervous about flying, aren't you, Baba?
I am.
You ham?
I am.
You honey glazed ham? I think you'd be fine. What I'll do is if there's a bit of turbulence, I'll grab your knee and I'll start screaming.
You'll make me laugh then.
I think it's better to laugh than it is to cry, I'd say.
Although gay sex was partially discriminated on the Sexual Offences Act 1967, they were all convicted under Section 13 of the 1956 Act because more than two men had sex together, which was still illegal. So if they had an orgy.
If they had an orgy, it'd be fine.
If they had an orgy, it'd be illegal.
So, should we end it here?
Yeah, it's been a good conversation.
Yeah, you sound really lively this episode. You can take control of the next one.
Yeah, sorry, I'm really tired.
Yeah. I might do a shameless little plug. If that's fine with you, Baba. Might do a shameless plug.
What's that?
It's where you plug your own shit.
Sorry?
It's where you promote your stuff.
Oh, right. Okay.
Anyone who fucking listens to this podcast, please check out my recent uni project. I would really appreciate it. There's a lot of work and effort that went into it, and it's about my mum. So if you want to get to know my mum, watch it. Become best friends with my mum. But yeah, happy Pride Month to the fellow bisexuals and the gays.
Congratulations, you're now not a criminal offence.
Well, it hasn't been...
For quite a few years.
Yeah, about 50, right?
No, 52 years.
52 years, well, yeah. Thank you for listening. We should be back in proper schedule now that I am not bombarded with uni shit.
She's a slacker.
I'm not a fucking slacker, you hoe.
Oh. Ho ho.
If I pull up my fucking uni project, right, and you see all the editing that went into that, you'd be a little bit intimidating, mate. So, I'm not a slacker, right? If anything, you should be fucking editing.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you make muffins 9 to 5.
I wouldn't know how to fucking.
Well, there you go then. Don't call me a fucking slacker.
You are a slacker.
What are you then?
I am a great human being.
Oh, and I'm not.
No.
Get out of my house, you know. Get out of my house.
Ow.
So yeah, thank you for listening. The outro's probably been longer than the actual fucking podcast itself, but it's all good. And we'll see you next week. Yeah, let us know through our Twitter, through our Instagrams.
Yes, and keep following us.
We'll just have a community. Anyway, we'll see you goodbye. We'll just goodbye. Liam, say goodbye.
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye, darling. Go.